So moving on to today's lesson, we are going to look at a decision-making function, and that decision-making function is in fact the if function. We're going to work with the if formula today. So the if function checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if true and another value is if false. So let's say, let's give a scenario that you're going to walk to the shops. If it is raining outside, so if that value is true, then you put a coat on. If there's any other value, so let's say it's sunny or it's just windy, then you won't put a coat on. So it gives you that option there. If the condition's met, this happens. If the condition isn't met, this happens. So there's always three parts to the function. So if it's true, is it false? There are your two outcomes to this three-parter. We're also be working with a sign in a symbol, in spreadsheet called greater than and also less than. You might have used these symbols in maths. We're also going to use quotation marks. So if we're going to give a written text, a written answer, we're going to have to use quotation marks so the spreadsheet understands what we're trying to do. So let's look at our scenario here. So we have been given some people's names. How many sales have made? Let's turn these into a currency there. Okay, brilliant. And then a bonus column. So this is the column we're actually going to fill in. We're going to put our formula in here. So if sales are greater than £1,000, give a £100 bonus. Okay. If the sales are less than £1,000, print sell more. Okay, so let's take a look at our first person here. So we've got Patrick Bamford, who sold £900. So we can easily look at this and say, well, Patrick's not sold more than £1,000. We've got to print sell more. So we could write sell more. But that's going to take a lot of time if I've got to go down every single individual person on my list, and I've only given an example here of 5 people, but let's say there's 5,000 people here and we want to apply a formula to all of these people just so we know who to give the bonus to and who we need to tell to sell more. So to start our formula, equals, of course, and then we are going to use our function, so the if function. So just like the sum, we put in if, and then we get given here if. We double click. Brilliant. So now we've sort of activated the if function, and we need to give its logical test. This is basically what we're comparing our test to, our values, our true and our false values to. And then we're going to give a true value, and then we're also going to give what happens if it's false, or if the outcome is not met, should I say. So the logical test here, well, first of all, it's the sales that Patrick's made here. So it's £900. So we're going to click in this cell here. So notice the spreadsheet is highlighted E9 because that's the cell with Patrick's sales in. And now what we're going to do, do you remember I mentioned about the greater than and less than? Well, if sales are greater than, so we're going to use this symbol here because we're seeing if this cell here, £900, is greater than, and then our next part of the logical test is actually £1,000, isn't it? Because if sales are greater than £1,000, so we do 1,000 like so. So we have actually completed the first part of our if statement. So if E9, which is £900, is greater than £1,000, that's all we've done here. And then to separate the logical test from the value if true, we just use a comma. And it's very important you include that because that tells the spreadsheet that we want to move on to the next part of the function here. So what does it say? If the sales are greater than £1,000, give a £100 bonus. So we're just going to go 100 like that. And there we are. We've actually given, if the value is true, 100. Comma, because we have to tell the spreadsheet that we're moving on to the next part of the function. What do we have to do if the value is false? Well, it says here, if the sales are less than £1,000, we have to put sell more. Do you remember I said to you, if we want to write any text, we need to add in these two quotation marks here. So we're going to go quotation mark, which is shift and 2. Then we're going to write sell more. Then we've got also close the quotation mark, just like that. And then we put our close bracket, and that tells the formula that we have completed it. So let's have a quick look at what we've done here. So if E9, which is £900, is greater, remember this symbol here, greater than £1,000, then we have got to give a bonus of 100. If it is, if the value is not met and sales are less than £1,000, we are telling the this person, Patrick Bamford, to sell more. So now we press enter and see what happens. Sell more. There we go. And the logical test has been complete. So let's have a go here with Ben White. I mean, clearly we know the answer already, but let's just let's put it in here. So equals if, there's our if function here. Okay, so see the first part, logical test, which is going to be £1,100 in this case, or E10. Greater than, so do you remember guys, it is that greater than symbol. And then again, it's comparing it to £1,000. Press comma, because we need to move now on to the value if true, and it's going to be 100. And then if it is false, we need to sell more. We close the bracket, and there we go. So we've been given a bonus here, which actually we need to format these cells, don't we, to from general into currency. There we go. So Ben White gets a bonus of £100. So I'm going to go one more with you, and then I'm going to show you the task. So equals if our logical test, which is £1,005 here for Pablo Hernandez, greater than 1,000. Value if true, again 100. Value if false is sell more. Close the bracket and boom. And there we go. So another £100 for Pablo Hernandez. So we can apply the same formula to the rest of our users here, and that's it. There we go. So you have successfully used the if function to check whether to check a condition, and if it is met, returns a true value, and if it is not met, returns another value if it is false. Okay, so your task today is complete this table that we just went through together. Then I want you to complete the cat bowls task. So you've been given 3 cats here, my cats. You've also been given a bowl column, so empty, half full, empty, and then the action. So this is the part where you put your formula in. So if the cat bowl is empty, tell the owner to feed the cat. If the cat bowl has some food, tell the owner to leave the bowl. And then one more task, pass or fail. So you've been given 5 more people. If they score a 60 or above, they pass. If they score a 59 or below, they fail. Just be careful with this one. You may need to tweak the greater than or less than symbols to complete this task. So just see how you get on with that one. Okay, so those are your 3 tasks. Off you go.